So back in 2013, The Onion was prescient because they went after Donald Trump. At that point, we didn't really know if he was going to run for president, or certainly didn't know that he was going to win the Republican primary. I mean, no one in the world knew that. But what we did know back then is that he was still a douchebag. He's a douchebag before, he's a douchebag now, and so none of that was surprising. So The Onion wrote a piece about him back then. It's just a couple of years ago, and the headline was, "When you're feeling low, just remember, I'll be dead in about 15 or 20 years." And they wrote it as if it was Donald Trump. Now, they did that because they do satire, right? So they make fun of public figures, as is their constitutional right. So now, of course, Donald, since he is a little baby, didn't like that, and he cried about it, and he had his lawyer send them a letter. Dude, it's The Onion, man. But he can't take a joke. He's so thin-skinned. So the attorney for Donald Trump writes in, "Let me begin by stating the obvious. The commentary was not written by Donald Trump." Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. It's a comedy magazine. Of course it wasn't written by Donald Trump. And by the way, that's why you can't sue, because everyone knows it wasn't written by Donald Trump. It's a parody. Oh, yeah. All right, he continues. "The article's absolutely disgusting piece that lacks any place in journalism, even in your Onion." Yeah, but it's not journalism, it's comedy. So if Onion was trying to be a lower grade version of the New York Times, you'd say, "Wow, it's not even journalism befit of The Onion." But it's not journalism, it's comedy. Guys, these guys are so dense, man. They can't take a joke. And it's just the same with all bullies, right? All you gotta do is push him back a little bit. He's like, whoa, oh, don't touch me. Okay, now they're gonna take it over the top. His attorney continues, "I am hereby demanding that you immediately remove this disgraceful piece from your website and apologize to Mr. Trump. I further ask that you contact me immediately to discuss. This commentary goes way beyond defamation, and if it is not removed, I will take actions to ensure that your actions will not go without consequences. Guide yourself accordingly." What a goofball. Trying to intimidate and bully everybody in the country. Like, guide yourself accordingly. Who says that? I mean, other than Bain, right? I'm surprised they didn't put in there, "This is the moment of your liberation. I was wondering what would break first, your spirit or your body." Although he did later say that to Marco Rubio. So, hey, it's parody. They have every right in the world to do it. They have a constitutional right that is decided in actually the Hustler case. And if you're an attorney that even barely graduated and barely passed the bar, you know that. But this isn't about that. It's trying to intimidate the press. And this is even before he was running for president. Then he threatened to sue the New York Times the other day because they ran a story about his ex-girlfriends. And hey, conservatives, I got to ask you something. Weren't you the guys crying for the last 20, 30 years? "Oh, tort reform! Oh, the liberals like to sue too much. They always suing." Well, here's the guy. There's no one who's more litigious in the country than Donald Trump. I mean, if you look at him sideways, he'll sue you. And he's your hero now. What happened? I thought you wanted tort reform. I thought there was too many lawsuits in the country. Just admit it. You're all hypocrites. And you don't care about any of those issues. The only thing you care about is he's against the Mexicans and the Muslims. He can sue anyone he likes. That's my boy! Okay, that's what Donald Trump and his supporters are about. Well, I'm sorry, we should be fair. You got to give both sides here, right? So Donald Trump called in earlier and he told us this. Oh, I'm sorry, to be fair, that was John Miller.